I don't know. It doesn't creep me out. I like spooky things. I love scary movies. I think it's kind of fun. Do you want me to look at you?
No, just do your thing.
I love it.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
want to do this.
Yeah.
You look really awesome.
Yeah.
See this outfit too. It
I know
looks
we
really
look.
good. It looks
Our
really
outfits look good together.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, hello, and welcome to Grave Conversations, the only show where your favorite celebrities get to lie down. I'm your host, David Dastmalchian. Today's guest is someone that we hope lives for a very long time. She is an incredibly accomplished actor, real estate expert, reality TV star known for her breakout role on Selling Sunset and that show we're also addicted to right now, Traitors. Please welcome the incredible Chrishell Stause.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
How's it going?
It's going really well. I'm oddly excited about this. I have a morbid sense of always, thinking and talking about death. So I'm very happy to be here.
I don't know. How does it feel laying in a casket?
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, you've dealt with some pretty crazy real estate over time. Do you ever get into would you ever see like a goth castle or some place that you were like?
I actually have.
Yeah.
We did go to actually a gothic kind of old house that was, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels like where they would do seances.
Yes.
And it was really exciting. Everybody else was creeped out by it, but I loved it.
I live in a pretty spooky, creepy house, but I always dream of I really want my Dracula Castle someday. That is a dream.
I see this for you.
Okay. All right, you can help me when
Yes,
we go to
I
find
can
it.
help you.
We can do a whole episode about that. Well, thanks for being here. We're so excited to have you. Are you feeling ready to answer some heavy-duty questions?
I'm ready.
Okay. Now, the first segment of the show is called Questions You Need to Answer Before You Die, or as the kids call it, Qyntabyd. And mind you, I didn't write all of these questions. What's your gut instinct when you see a grown man on a scooter? Sure.
I think that he's very fiscally conservative and nice and looking out for the planet. I don't know.
I like that answer. That's a good answer. I like that a lot. What's your opinion on dogs with Instagram accounts?
I love, the dog could do no wrong, and I love dogs so much. I might judge the person a little bit if they do that thing where they're always talking as the dog, and it's a little creepy.
I think there are certain animals that seem, in my opinion, to like dressing up. If you could see a historical reenactment of any pop culture event in history, what would you want to see?
Elvis, when he performed, when he was, what was it,
the
Madison
Vegas?
Square Garden.
Oh, Madison
and
Square
it was
Garden,
the
yeah.
most famous shows. And you see this really grainy footage of it, but imagine if you could go back and be front row and just see it.
I would love to go back and see the original production of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, that's a good one.
Now I'm thinking about my Halloween costume. Okay, if you saw your dentist at a grocery store, is that a hello situation?
Oh yeah, I love my dentist. I would give him a big hug and be like, oh my God, hi.
Mine too. I think things are weird if you're avoiding your dentist unless it's a former dentist who messed your teeth up and you don't like them. But
I am overdue. I do need to see him. So if I saw him right now, he'd be like, Chrishell. I'd be like, no, I know I'm coming.
Have you ever seen a Roomba doing its thing and felt a little guilty?
Oh no, I don't feel guilty at all. I love it. Go do your thing, Roomba. That's what you're here for. Serve your purpose.
Thank you.
And do it with grace.
The robots
I love
may
this
serve.
for you. Yeah, the robot wants to be here. It wants to feel helpful.
Do you ever watch those? And no judgment for me here, because I think all people should dance to the beat of their very specific drummer. It's what makes the universe beautiful. But have you ever seen those reality shows where someone marries their car? Or falls in love with an inanimate object. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
It's fascinating.
I saw the car one.
The car one, I saw it too. It's fascinating, right?
Yes.
It's kind of incredible. No judgment, but if you had to legally marry a dessert, what would it be?
Okay, I'm torn between two things, but I can only pick one. So I'm gonna go with a warm chocolate chip cookie. And we would make a great couple, I think. I was gonna say I was torn, but my second choice is just a traditional glazed donut, but I went with the cookie.
I like the glazed donuts when they're fresh out the thing.
Yes.
You know, but a good warm chocolate chip cookie with a glass of milk. I know it sounds so cliche, but it's so good.
But that's what I mean. You go to all these fancy restaurants and they do all these fancy desserts, and it's like, guys, stop overthinking it, really.
Yeah. There's no need to complicate. I have a mini fridge next to my bed, and when I'm in my flow, it's filled from top to bottom with Reese's peanut butter cups, and I would easily marry Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh,
I love Reese's peanut butter cups.
I
like
love
them
that
cold.
you have that. You just have them like on hand, just can reach down and grab them.
Oh yeah. Seriously though, where have all the cowboys gone?
I don't really know. When you find out, can you let me know?
I'll call. I'll let you know. As a real estate agent,
Yes.
have you ever dealt with a haunted house?
I don't think that the house was haunted, but I have had clients that get spooked about those things. You know, there's a thing in real estate, if somebody dies in the house within 2 years of its sale, you have to disclose. And so I've actually never had a house where I've had to disclose that, but I think it'd be kind of cool if I did. Like if somebody has that happen and you're watching this, pick me, because I actually think I could do a good job of, you know, not making it a creepy thing, but making it a beautiful thing.
Making it a beautiful
like
thing.
This is where they chose to have their life and think of things, unless it's a murder. Listen, if it's a murder, then you have a different clientele.
Sure. We all know the most important piece of real estate you'll ever have is your casket. How would you sell me your beautiful Titan casket?
Okay, well, one, I would, want to, go about the finishes and, the wood and what kind of wood it is, and, really kind of like go into what makes it so beautifully made, and how, safe and secure it is, because I hate bugs, so I feel like a lot of people would want to know that it's very tight and airlocked.
Yep.
And it's also cushiony and really comfortable and an amazing place to be at rest.
As someone who has acted in soaps, which kill off and resurrect characters all the time,
Yes.
deep down, do you believe that death is actually the end, or is there always the potential for a dramatic comeback just around the corner?
I do live for the drama, maybe because of the jobs I've had, but I do love the idea that we can come back. And I think that, we probably don't just end and that's it. There's nothing left, even if it's some kind of a spiritual realm or something, or maybe you can be reincarnated, but I do think that there's something else. And I'm also a deep romantic, so I like to think that you'll find your person after and then, be reunited with your
Oh,
love.
that's nice. Like you keep coming back around and around and around. I certainly hope if I do get the opportunity to come back, I always thought it'd be really lovely. I read this book called Jonathan Livingston Seagull when I was in high school, and I remember thinking it sounds really simple, but just to be like a bird on the beach, like by the ocean, that'd be a nice way to get to come back. And flying, I've dreamt a lot of flying in my life. It's my favorite dream, so it sounds pretty cool.
That's nice. I will come back as a dog.
Oh yeah, dogs are the best.
If it has to be an animal, I mean. I wanted to get into character, bring the vibes, like what it would really feel like for a second,
Chrishell, thank you. You went deep with me. Those were the really hard-hitting questions, so we're going to shift gears and get into the easy stuff now.
Okay.
This is the lighter fare, the softballs, if you were. We're going to talk about death.
Okay.
Here on Grave Conversations, it's our goal to normalize conversations about death and dying and end of life. Are you ready to talk about end of life?
I can't wait.
Okay, great. Thank you. This is the segment that we call Death Wish. If you got to pick, how would you like to die?
Okay. Let me think. I think when I was younger, I would have given a different answer. Now that we're trying to have a family and I want to be here as long as possible for that family, I really would love to just die like an old lady asleep in her bed. Like, I know it's very Titanic of me.
I love the idea of getting to an age where I've really feel like I've been able to check the boxes, where I've gotten to see the people that I love and care about set up in at least a way that it feels like they're on the path of enjoying their lives or having, robust and fulfilling lives. And then some doctor calls me and is like, I've got terrible news. You've got 2 weeks, something like that, or maybe 2 months, just enough time where I can call everybody and be like, if you can't make it, no worries, but I'd love one more hug. I'm gonna lay in this bed now, I'm gonna watch the Muppet movie 2001, Texas Chainsaw Massacre on kind of a rotation.
Yes.
We're gonna listen to lots of Pink Floyd. We're gonna eat whatever we want.
Love it.
I don't think I'm gonna do this, but I've wondered, like at the end of my life, am I gonna fire up one doobie? Like before I go, I don't know.
You gotta go for it.
I don't know. I mean, or do I wanna leave this earth being like, I maintained my sobriety till the last breath? But I'm dying at that point. And the reason I don't use anymore is because it would kill me. So if I was gonna die, I don't know.
Oh, I see, okay.
Speaking of, do you think about death and dying often?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes me a weirdo, but I do. And I picture it.
Nothing weird.
I feel like I'm giving a confession.
It's beautiful. I mean, don't you think it's this subject that like all of us are going to confront? It's going to happen to us. It's going to happen to everybody we love. We skirt it or avoid it. And I think that like places of faith often are the places where people discuss it the most, and that's wonderful. I'm glad that people have those spaces to talk about it, but also like just two actors, just two storytellers, just two people sitting here who only met moments ago. It's kind of wonderful if we could normalize people being able to talk about something that can be so freaky for us,
I agree.
Have you ever thought about what kind of funeral you'd want to have?
I have. Because I think the death part seems sad, but the funeral seems exciting and happy. And I would want it to be a party, and I would want it to reflect kind of like the parties I've thrown in my life, which always have a theme, and they're just lots of dancing and, just a lot of fun.
You throw a good party.
I do. And how fun if the theme was that you had to bring a picture of me and you had to dress as me in any memory or picture that you had. Like, how fun of a party would that be?
I love that. I've also, okay, that's the party we're gonna have.
That's so fun, because then you get to talk about the memories and then you have the outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know if you want to be buried or cremated? Have you ever thought about that?
I have. I just saw something the other day that was new, and it was like basically like this little grass pod, and then you grow into like, I don't know if it was like mushrooms. We did it with my mom, and she's a tree. So I think there's something about that seems a little, I don't like fire, and I don't like bugs. So I'm kind of screwed with cremation and a burial. So I'm a little torn. So I was thinking maybe I could be a tree.
Speaking of these kinds of conversations, do you find them difficult to have with friends and family?
Well, so my partner does not like to talk about this stuff and gets really sad.
Sure.
They're such a beautiful, open-hearted person, but doesn't really like it. So I was excited to talk about this today because I actually find it fascinating. But yeah, I don't really talk about this because all of my loved ones are a little more sensitive and they hate talking about death. And I've had a lot of death in my life, and I think I've gotten through it and processed it in a good way, healthy way, because I still think about them often, and I think about talking to them, and I try not to think of it as such a sad topic, and I still kind of sometimes converse as if they're still here sometimes.
I feel like they are. My mom passed in 2020, and I said maybe it's a coping mechanism, maybe it's truly spiritual. I don't know what it is. Whenever I see these certain butterflies, and I was like, oh, she's here with me. She's saying hi. She's checking in.
I'm so sorry we share that. The 2020, same. I lost my mom.
Yeah, that was a tough year for us all.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for you too, but I do get a lot of solace in memory.
Yeah.
For those of us, like we work in TV and films and stuff, and it's like editing and memory are very similar to me. And so I think about my mom sometimes, and these like little movies play in my head. And my father too, who's passed, and other people I've lost, and I hope when I'm gone, I want to leave as many, God, do I want to leave as many like scenes in their memory that they chuckle or smile at?
This is going to be one of mine. So you've just made one for me that I'm going to think about.
What's the most underrated thing about being alive?
I think the most underrated thing about being alive, this might seem a little cheesy, because when I think of that, I just think of like love or dancing or something that just makes you just forget everything and just really live. And those two things are the things I think about when you're really in love and when you're just dancing, like, I know the cliche is dancing like no one's watching, but who cares if people are watching? You know, just like really letting loose and just enjoying life. I don't know. There's something about that at least that's how I feel when I'm the most appreciative of life.
Yeah, I have this vision of myself under the moonlight on a hill, dressed up like Dracula, dancing around like nobody's watching with a bunch of people I love, and then there's a migration of bats flying off to their cave wherever. Like, why not?
I love that for you.
Do you want your life to flash before your eyes? Let's say it does. Let's say at the end, your life is going to flash before your eyes. What age would you want to spend the most time on?
My answer would change if if our family expands. But as of right now, I'm going to say hopeful, and I will say like the next few years.
Awesome.
One of those, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I have this hope that it's just going to keep getting better.
Yeah.
You know, I have no expectation. I have a lot of hope. It's just going to keep getting better. I mean, you are in your flow right now. You know, you've got all these amazing things happening. You're making cool stuff. You're in love. You're, hopeful of a future. What a great place to be at. And then, I think when my life flashes before my eyes, one of the things that I hope will happen is these moments in these caskets, because they've been so special to me. And there's a lot of people that I don't know well, like yourself, and some very old friends who've gotten in here with me. And each time, no matter what, it always goes into this place we're at right now, which feels really meaningful.
That's sweet.
You've been very open with us today. I think you've been very vulnerable. Let's talk about what's happening with you and your life outside of this casket. This is a segment that we call Living for This. What are you working on? Could be personal, can be professional, doesn't matter. What are you working on that makes you feel alive right now?
Right now, I would say I'm very excited because I'm kind of like transitioning into a different chapter of work, and it feels really fulfilling because I working on, doing like a scripted holiday movie, and it's just so feel good, and it brings joy, and I think we can use more of that these days. So
God, could we?
that is recently, and then also to hosting a show that I'm also on the creative side as well, and I've never gotten to, have those two roles in life yet. So I'm excited about that. I loved it. I feel like I have a lot of people in my life that would not have liked that, but I don't know, I just thought it was fun.
I hope that we get to do many more conversations together. Who knows, maybe I'll show up on your show, you show up on my show.
Yes.
But thanks for being here on Grave Conversations. Before we actually bury this interview, I do have one final thing I would like to ask you to do. We would like you to give your own You-logy. We spell it Y-O-U, logy, you get it. See what we did there? When I say die, you're going to have 60 seconds to give yourself your own eulogy. You got to hit the big stuff, but you don't want to hit it too hard. This is your funeral after all. I know you get it. 3, 2, 1, die.
Here lies Chrishell Stause, mother, friend, wife. I know that she would want you all to have felt her endless love and protection, fiercely loyal. Surely we can all share a memory of something ridiculous that she'd done to always make us laugh at sometimes the saddest moments. That was one of her gifts, so it would be fitting if we could have a little bit of a laugh now. But maybe it's a little too soon. She would be very honored that you guys are all here today, and her loved ones meant absolute everything to her. So I think just seeing you guys all here and in your ridiculous outfits is everything. And I hope that, you just keep her alive in the memories.
That was beautiful. And you got a really good laugh, so there you go. I agree with you now. I've thought about this before, because I would say, oh my gosh, at my funeral, I don't want it to be happy. I want people to be really sad because they're going to miss me. But you're on to something. That was really nice. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. That's so sweet.
Well, thank you for being with us today. Okay?
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, well, I will say the mic pack right in the middle of the back is not the most comfortable. But otherwise, the casket was very comfortable. Okay, you're really in there. All right, bye. Guys, I shouldn't have worn the dress.